Hi, are you an aspiring teacher who wanted to work in the United States? Then this video is for you. This content is about POLO or MWO processing. POLO is the former name, which means Philippine Overseas Labor Office, and MWO is the current name, which means Migrants Worker Office. What is MWO processing? This is to verify the documents, the contract, and the employer and the school itself or the business itself for its authenticity, to protect the Filipinos from trafficking or human trafficking. So we'll talk about the process, the documents, the fees, and the timeline. So my POLO papers are already approved, hence I can show you the exact process of what my immigration lawyer did. Okay, so now let's go through the process. Or just a note, this process is done by employer slash immigration lawyer alone. You cannot do this as an applicant. Even you cannot contact them because they will not cooperate. Okay, so let's go through the process. Of course, you need to go to their website. They have the process itself, but I will show you a summarized process. Okay, so if you go to their website, polowashingtondc.dolly.gov.ph, you can see there the process for POLO processing for agency and direct hire, but I will not talk about through agency, but the major difference are just higher fees and longer days for agencies. Okay, so but I will summarize this for you. I will put the description of the link in the description box. Okay, so this is the process, the summarized process. First is inquire with the MWO for the company or employer seeking to hire Filipino workers, because it's a rule that if there are more than 5 applicants that the employer will hire, you will go through an agency like ISD. I have another video for that, but if there is only 5 or less than 5, then you can do this process. So if it's more than 5, you must do this process through an agency. Second, submit a complete set of requirements to the MWO-WDC by sending original copies. Take note, sending original copies. You must mail, the employer or the immigration lawyer must mail the documents to the MWO office. They have a complete address for that. After or upon receipt of the documents, they will check the completeness of the documents and shall verify within 3 to 5 working days. Working days, that does not include weekends and holidays. In my case, it was approved after 3 days. Okay, so here's my advice and the lawyer's advice. If you're gonna work with the papers and the documents, what my immigration lawyer did is she contacted the MWO office for a certainty of the documents. I will put the telephone number and the email of the MWO office in the last slide. Okay, so the fourth is the employer will pay the verification fee made payable to labor office in the amount of $10 per IEC. When the documents were mailed there, the $10 were also sent through money order. They know how to pay that. And fifth is the MWO verified IECs will be released through courier, either to the foreign employer or to the worker through physical collection. Since I need the original POLO documents, they or the POLO will send the original copies to me through FedEx. Okay, so that's the process. Now, what are the documents needed? This is the documents that my immigration lawyer prepared. There's also a document in the link that I will send to you, but this is the complete documents that my immigration lawyer did, so I want to share. Of course, the $10. Second is the employer's employment contract signed. Okay, so it must be signed by the employer and all the signatories. Third is the notarized employment contract addendum. This is a file that is in their website. You just need to download that. Okay. Fourth is the H1B approval. That is the NOAA, or the Notice of Action. It is okay that you will not have a visa approved yet. You can use the NOAA or I-797B and even I-797C in that case. Okay. Fifth is the data page of worker's passport. So that's my passport. Just a photocopy, of course. Sixth is the copy of valid commercial registration and business license. That is the employer will give that to the lawyer, okay, that they are valid or registered. Seventh is the accreditation certificate. My employer got this by just paying the state's secretary. 8 is authorization of the person signing for on behalf of the employers. That is my immigration lawyer's letter. 9 is the photocopy of valid ID of the signatory and the secretary's certificate. Okay, so that is from my employer's valid ID. 10th is business or employer's information card that can be downloaded in their website as well, and together with employee information card. And 12, copy of employer support letter to use embassy that has been provided Mr. Aranas to provide to embassy officer during non-immigrant visa interview on July 11th. Okay, so this is just optional, I think, for 12. Okay, so if you have questions with that, you can comment below or message me. So here are the fees. $5 certificate of existence fee that the school is established. $10 for verification fee. That is what you will pay in the MWO or POLO. For agency, I think it's $40. And then FedEx delivery fee is $100, so that's $115. So that's just around 5,000 more or less. Okay, more than 5,000, I mean. Just $115. But if you go for an agency, it will cost you much. Okay. So the timeline, in my case, this is the case. The processing of POLO MW papers, that is the preparation of the documents. In our case, it's just 1 to 2 days. Actually, it can be done in 1 day if we can reply on time. So it can be done in 1 day. The documents are just very easy. So the mailing of original papers, it would take 1 day as well. Verification of papers would take 3 to 5 days for direct hire. I think for agency it's 7 to 10 days. And then FedEx delivery would take 5 to 7 days or 7 days max. So that's a total of 15 days or 2 weeks. So long as your papers are complete already. But if your papers are not yet complete, this would extend. The verification of papers will be extended. Okay, so 15 days is good enough for your POLO processing, including the delivery. So original copy will be sent to you. So if you have question to the MWO, you can contact them in their email or telephone number. I advise you that when your employer or immigration lawyer will do the processing, they will contact to be sure or to be certain of the documents. And if you have further questions, you can contact me at my Facebook, William Lozada Aranas Jr. Thank you so much. You have a nice day, and God bless you.